Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 3 of my Vancouver Whitecaps series for Football Manager 2016. So, this is going to be both legs of the Canadian Championship semi-final. Of course, we are up against the people we versed, the team we versed in the last episode, which is, of course, Toronto FC. And, we lost the first game of the season against them, so we are looking for redemption with these two legs here. But first of all, let's get into the fixtures that I have played since, of course, that first game of the season. We followed the first loss of the season up with another one, this time coming against the Chicago Fire. A 3-1 loss there. Pretty disappointing stuff, but they do have quite a few good players. Akam looks really good. Igbonanike is a player I'm also familiar with. I'm pretty sure I had him on my Orlando City building a dynasty series that I did last year. So, yeah, he's quite a good striker. Octavio Rivero did manage to get a goal back for us, but it was too little too late. And, another thing to mention, Adekube, the 20-year-old Canadian left-back, yeah, he picked up an injury for about 3 months, so he's only just in a couple of weeks' time, I think, he'll be just coming back to fitness, so that's a little bit disappointing. We then managed to bounce back and get our first victory of the season, a 1-0 win over Orlando City at the Citrus Bowl. Jordan Harvey, the 30-year-old left-back, actually managed to get the only goal of the game, and he was assisted by our right-back, so a pretty interesting combination between those two guys there. We then managed to get another win, 3-1 victory over Portland Timbers. Octavio Rivero getting the opening goal for us. Mane also on the score sheet, as well as Daniel Haber, of course the guy I brought in from the Whitecaps second team. We then followed that up with a very, very impressive 4-0 home victory over Los Angeles Galaxy. And as you can see, Octavio Rivero, it's been in pretty good form so far this season. He managed to get himself a hat-trick, obviously converting the penalty there for his third goal. And we also had Fraser Erd getting a goal there as well for us. We could only get a 1-1 draw with Columbus at home, which is a little bit disappointing. But of course we did give away a disappointing penalty there. But Kikuta Mane got the opening goal of the game. And we just couldn't break through after that penalty that we gave away. But Mane did actually pick up man of the match performance in that game as well. We then came crashing back down after the 4 games without a loss. We lost 3-0 to San Jose Earthquakes. And Emigara got a hat-trick, and he got his third goal in the 92nd minute in stoppage time there. We then managed to beat Real Salt Lake, who was second at the time, which is a pretty impressive victory, to be honest. We opened the scoring through Fraser Erd in the 16th minute. We then gave away another penalty, which I think he's Armenian, the Armenian striker, Movsisyan. And we then managed to get one back through Rivero, and then they equalised again through Martinez. And then Rivero got his second goal of the game, and what turned out to eventually be the winner in the 39th minute there. Very impressive victory. We could only get a 1-1 draw at home against DC United, who were, I think, 19th in the overall table at the time, so a little bit disappointing there. They opened the scoring through Espindola, and of course, who else but Octavio Rivero getting the goal back for us there, getting a point, saving a point, because we were looking like we weren't going to get anything in that game. And the most recent game I just played off camera was against the Portland Timbers once again, another rivalry game. Unfortunately, we lost this game 2-1. We didn't really look like we were going to win it, to be fair. It was fairly even, but we did open the scoring just after half-time, and of course, you're always susceptible at the back, especially after you just score. And after half-time as well. So they got it back to 1-1, and then Diego Valeri, who is an absolute beast on Football Manager, managed to get a late goal in the 87th minute. And gave Portland all 3 points, which is pretty disappointing because we are doing quite well at the moment in the MLS. of course, the Western Conference here. Let's have a look at it in a bit more depth. Okay, so we've got the Western Conference. We're currently sitting in 6th position. We're still inside the playoff spots, as you can see there. There are a couple of teams at the top that have a game in hand. And of course, Colorado just behind us in 7th have 2 games in hand. So, you can kind of expect us to maybe drop 1 position down into 7th, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. It's the first season. We've got to, realize that certain things can't really be expected of us. We can't. I mean, the board expectations is mid-table, which is kind of where we are at the moment. Personally, I would like to make the playoffs. Even the wild cards, I'd be quite happy with. But yeah, so far so good, I believe. I think we're doing quite well. I mean, if you look at the goals, we have Rivero there, who is tied first with 8 goals. So we're doing quite well. And Rivero has definitely solidified that starting striker role to himself. And unfortunately, he won't be playing today because I've decided to give Haber a game today in the Canadian Championship. We'll see how he plays. He's got the potential, I believe, to make some decent plays and maybe nick a goal for himself. We'll have to wait and see. But today's lineup will be Ousted in goals. We've got Smith at right back. We're going to go with an interesting centre-back partnership today that I wouldn't really do normally. We're going to go with Waston as the right centre-back and Umete as the left centre-back. And then we're going to have to play Harvey at left-back, who has been pretty good recently. Or actually, he hasn't. But he's been pretty good since we've had to play him, of course, after, what's-his-name's injury, after Adekube. So yeah, he's done okay. Dropped off a little bit recently, but hopefully he can turn that around today. We're going to keep our centre-mid partnership with Tibet and Laba, and then Bolanos will be the shadow striker just behind the striker there. We're going to go with Teixeira on the left, and Mana, of course, will start on the right. He's pretty much solidified that right-wing slot as his own, and I don't really want to play anyone else. I have kind of been playing Fraser Aird, because Mana picked up a 10-day injury at some stage. But yeah, let's go. Of course, a couple of players lacking in match fitness. I don't know. I feel like the Canadian Championship is a good place to play those players and give them some match fitness, give them some game times. Players that are sort of on the fringe at the moment. We'll say on the fringe. Another thing to mention: Jake Keegan scored 4 goals in 1 game for FC Edmonton against the Ottawa Fury. I think they play a preliminary game before the actual semi-finals. And it looks like Toronto are actually going with a fairly strong lineup today. So I'm going to say we're the underdogs because, of course, we are away from home. And, of course, we actually lost to Toronto in the first game of the MLS season. So I think we are definitely the underdogs going into this so far. Of course, our star striker isn't even on the bench today, so a little bit worrying. But it does give Haber the chance that he might need to excel. Okay. We're looking pretty good at the moment. Although Toronto have a corner here, and they almost score. Straight off the post there. Haber now, what can he do with it? Can he keep it? Doesn't look like it. No, he gets tackled. Moreau plays in behind, and that's headed back to Ousted. And that's the end of the highlight there. So I will be bringing you both of the legs for this Canadian Championship semi-final. So as soon as this first one finishes, I'll play 1 game off camera because we do have an MLS game in between, and then I'll join you guys back up for the second game, which will of course be towards the end of this episode, or towards the latter stages of the episode anyway. And I just want to say thank you, first of all, for all the support you showed on the series. Of course, this is my return to Football Manager, and of course the community has been pretty nice so far, and it's good to see that a lot of the people that have subscribed to me and been subscribed to me for a long time have kind of come back, and yeah, they're happy to see me back, I suppose. So yeah, thank you very much for that, guys, and all the new viewers out there as well. Thank you for sticking around, and I'm sure this will be a very enjoyable series for both of us. Okay, so we have half time. Nothing really happened there. We've got a few players here with 6.4 ratings at the moment, and that is kind of unacceptable. And it's kind of annoying that Haber is actually one of those players, so yeah, we might have to look to bring him off. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, sometimes those players that are playing really badly can come up with a goal, which is quite, contrary to what you would actually believe, but it does happen. This is Football Manager. You have to expect the unexpected, although you do get some real jammy results that that you can kind of predict, to be honest. I mean, a lot of you guys that have been around, my channel for a while will know that I've actually predicted bullshit jammy goals before they've happened. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to make a substitution coming up here because, yeah, we're not really doing much of it. We'll let this highlight play out, actually. Maybe I don't want the highlight to play out because we might concede, but we'll see what happens. All the way back to Usted, to Waston, Smith, Leber. Not a great ball to Manor, but he just keeps it in. T-Bit to Manor again. He's got the pace. Can he cross it? Oh, it's a poor cross. Was that a shot? Might have even been a shot. If that was a shot, it was disgusting. Alright, so we'll make a sub. We've got to take Haber off. We'll put Kudo on. He's also not match fit because, obvious reasons. I'm not really going to play either of these two guys when you've got a guy in hot form. I'm just looking at the other guys on the bench here. The only one I can think of is Morales. Yeah, we'll bring Morales on for Teixeira. Morales is probably, one of our better players. Well, he's actually classed as our best player, but he hasn't been too great this season. I think he's only got the one goal so far, so not great. I would love to get an away goal here because I feel like it's pretty important, even though I'm actually not sure if their away goals actually count in the Canadian Championship, so I could be wrong about that. Alright, we've got a highlight here. Umete plays it back to Usted. What can you do with it? Out to Harvey. Umete. T-Bit. Morales. To Laba. Bolanos. What can you do with it? Plays it to Mana. Mana runs in behind. That's a penalty, ref. That's a penalty. Morrow brings him down. No card shown though, but we do have a penalty. This will be a massive goal if he can convert. Hopefully it's Morales. It is. Come on. Get in. Alright. Taking the lead. 78th minute. Gets his second goal of the season. First penalty. And that puts us in a decent position if we can hold on, take the 1-0 victory into the home leg. I feel like that would be a massive boost to helping our chances of getting into the final. But Toronto have a highlight here. Osorio to Altidore. What can he do with it? Not much. Offside, surely, ref. Nope. Giovinco converts. Looked like he was offside, but I guess not. Damn it. Typical. As soon as we score, we concede. We've got a few players that are actually really badly fatigued, so that's also not great. But we do have an away goal, so hopefully away goals actually count over these two legs, because that could play into us actually progressing. So hopefully it is. I might have a look off camera and I'll get back to you guys as far as that goes. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the result, and then I'm also a little bit unhappy with the result. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so what I'll do now, guys, is I'll cut the episode here. So I'll join you guys back. For you, it'll be 1 second with the second leg, but for me, I'm going to have to play the game off camera as well. Alright, so we've got one fixture to go over. As you can see, we actually lost it to Philadelphia in between these two games. Yeah, I decided to play a few players that haven't really played too much for us, and it was kind of disappointing because we also lost Matthias Laba. Yeah, but as you can see, Sebastian Letou opened the scoring in the 30th minute. Tranquillo Barnetta, the Swiss international, managed to get them 2-0 up in the 56th minute. Kakuta Mana did manage to actually bring a goal back for us, but of course we were actually down to 10 men at that stage. For some reason I decided to play Christian Dean at left back, just trying to give Harvey a rest, and that just totally backfired. Had to take him off because he was just so bad. He really was poor. He was at fault for the first goal as well. Yeah, things just weren't good. I played Kudo as well, which was another big mistake. And yeah, I took Moberg off. I mean, the only really shining light out of all these was Tyler Adams, the 16-year-old. I brought him on for, 34 minutes, and he actually played pretty well. Got a 6.7, so nothing outstanding. And of course, they did actually score just before I actually brought him on, so that was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, not a great result there, but hopefully that means we can get a good result in this game, in the second leg of the Canadian Championship. So today's lineup will be, I don't know why all these have gone white, but anyway, we're going to go with Usted in goals. We're going to go with Umete at right back today, simply because Jordan Smith is only at 88 condition. We're going to go with Waston and Carr, the two, more experienced centre backs. We're going to go with Harvey on the left, or in the left fullback position. We're going to go with Tibet and Moberg because of the injury to Lava, who's actually out for 2 months, I believe. We're going to go with Morales on the left wing, Mana on the right. Bolanos will be our shadow striker, and we're going to start Rivero today. Hopefully he can bang a couple of goals in, and we can get these legs wrapped up and put ourselves into the final. Another thing to mention, FC Edmonton have actually won their first leg of their semi-final. They're actually 2-0 up over Montreal, so yeah, it'll be very interesting. There were 2 away goals as well, which is quite surprising, to be honest. Okay. What are we going to say today? I'll say the media has been praising you recently, but don't let that put pressure on your performance. And we'll try and get the boys fired up here. Okay. Not great there for Bolanos or Waston. They look to switch off, which is not great. Okay. So hopefully we can get at least a 0-0 draw. That's the goal, at least. But we have to win otherwise. Morales with the corner. It's headed away. He gets the rebound though. Headed away once again, but Mana's got it. The danger man. Crosses it in. Penalty ref? No, nothing given. Umete. Rivero draws a penalty. Good start. Drew Moore, player I've talked up in the second episode. It's given away a penalty. Hopefully we can convert it. That would be a brilliant start for the game. It really would. Morales just scores. Wow, that was close. Alright. Good start to the game. Got the opening goal in the first 5 minutes. Can we hold on? I mean, I'm saying that as if, we're in the 80th minute. But I would actually like us to go for another goal, to be honest. I want us to push forward. I don't want us to sit back on our laurels here this early. I mean, that would just be destructive. We have a free kick here. Morales. Rivero to Mana. The ball's just pinging around the box there, the 6-yard box, and it's gone out for a corner. So very dangerous game played here by Toronto so far. We're really dominating. Morales with the corner. Morales again. Crosses it in. Moberg out to Morales. Crosses it once again. And it's just over Rivero. But he does gather it up. Plays it all the way back to Mete, who gives a really, really poor pass back out to Rivero there. It's pretty disappointing. That was a half decent chance that we had there to actually get the ball into the box. And now Toronto have it. Bradley plays it forward to Altidore, who beats Watson. Good save there by Usted though. And Umete gets the rebound from the keeper there. Pumps it forward. Doesn't really do a lot, Umete. Mana, that's the end of the highlight. Yeah, he just either seems to give the ball away or just pumps up field, and I'm not too happy about that. Giovinco's in behind. The real danger man for Toronto. Delgado crosses and goes straight across the box. And Bradley scores. It's his first goal of the season as well. Yeah, typical. I don't know what the boys were doing there. They probably had two real good chances to score. And they score on the second one, unfortunately. Morales brings it forward. Bolanos. Oh, ref! That looked like a penalty. He wasn't even near the ball. He just blatantly tripped my player over. And they pump it long. Good header by Carr though. Giovinco now to Altidore, and he scores. 2-1 to Toronto. Oh, it's not good enough. It's really not. We have to score 2 goals now and concede none to actually go through. So how quickly things have actually turned around on us. I mean, I'm going to tell the boys, I'm going to give them a sideline team talk. And just try and encourage them, I suppose. That's all I can really do at this point. Bradley to Johnson. Harvey cuts it out though nicely. Oh, but then gets crunched by Bradley there in a tackle. Altidore once again. Good save by Usted. He almost had his second for the game, so we are really living dangerously, and I don't like it at all. They have a corner. Osorio into the box, cleared away by Tebet. Osorio again to Giovinco. Just playing with 2 of my players, just absolutely tearing them up. And gets across him, but it was cleared away, luckily. Things aren't good at the moment. They're not good. We're approaching half-time here. And I'm a little bit worried because we're 2-1 down, 3-2 down on aggregate. They got the 2 away goals. And both of my centre defenders are on 6.4s, so absolutely terrible. I want to bring one of them off, but I feel like that'll just disrupt things even more, which is unfortunate. Okay, so it's pretty much half-time. I feel like I'm going to go aggressive. I'm going to go aggressive on the boys. I mean, a couple of them seem demotivated, and they actually look like some of the most poor performers out there, actually. So that's really annoying to see that they're being demotivated even though they're playing like shit at the moment. Alright, I'm going to make a sub. I don't know who. I think the only one we can really bring off is Bolanos. So we'll bring Teixeira on. We'll put Morales in the centre and Teixeira on the left. So I think that should be a decent move. We've got to get something going. We really do. We've got to get 2 goals. At least. We're not getting any highlights here, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, we finally have one. Moberg wins the ball. Morales plays it forward to Rivero. All on his own. Lays it back to Tibet, who gives the ball away. And Bradley just passes it to himself. Then plays Altidore forward once again with a long ball. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Toronto with another corner. Osorio to swing it in. Mobo clears it, but Morrow will get to it. Osorio again. Good block there. And that's the end of that highlight. Okay, so Harvey has a throw for us to Chichera. Morales pumps it long to Rivero, who's got about 5 defenders around him, and just blasts it straight over the net. That was just pointless, to be honest. Okay, well, I don't know what to do. I guess we'll bring Parker on. I mean, actually, we won't do that. We'll bring Jordan Smith on for Carr, and then we'll put Smith at right back, Umete at centre back. Hopefully, having a natural fullback on the right side might give us a little bit more width, hopefully. I mean, I'm not too sure if it's actually going to really do anything because yeah, 10 minutes to go. Looks like we're not going to be making the final. Moberg picks up a yellow card there. Only a few minutes left. I guess we're going to bring Tyler Adams on. Just give him a few more minutes. I mean, the game's well and truly gone now, so I don't really see why we wouldn't bring him on to give him a little bit more game time. He needs it, the 16-year-old. So that's really disappointing. That really is. I was kind of like pessimistic. Pessimistic's not even a word. Pessimistic's probably not the right word to say either. I was thinking that we had a chance, but then, I mean, I've made some poor decisions when it's come to who I've played and who I've rested, and I feel like that's a reflection upon my management at the moment. And I need to get these things right. So I'm going to tell the boys that we shouldn't have lost on aggregate because we were 2-0 up. Oh, sorry, we were 2-1 up, I should say. Okay. Not good. We dominated possession. They had more shots on target than us, so I suppose they deserve to win, I suppose. I mean, I don't know if I even really want to say that. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying the series. FC Edmonton just beaten Montreal Impact 2-0 again, so they're into the final. And you would probably expect Toronto to beat them, so looks like we might have a new holder. Well, actually, we're definitely going to have a new holder for the Canadian Championship here. So thank you for watching, guys. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're a new viewer or you're not subscribed to me already for whatever reason. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, guys.